Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Hump Day. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It's almost Friday. It is the middle of the week. We almost free for the weekend, okay? And we're here to cuss out a few people, okay? I'm putting ice in my cup, so ignore the little ching chang chang, okay, of the ice dropping in my tumbler thing. But yeah, we have to cuss some people out today. Okay. I was like, what am I gonna see, I'm putting ice. I was like, what am I gonna talk about, child? What's gonna happen? Is it more and more and more? And then here come the foolishness of the people. Okay. But again, please make sure, okay, that you have liked the video. Please make sure that you have subscribed, and make sure to share the video once we are done, or share right now, either way. Okay. DDG, I can't wait to get into his butt. Okay, I can't wait to go off on him. I can't go off right now because it's the beginning of the video. I don't want to get flagged for going off too soon. Okay, but either way it go, a good time will be had by all. Okay, if you have not already done so, we was live yesterday. Okay, I had a good little chit chat. We were live on Monday. Okay, I was also did the Housewives of Atlanta. And here I am today on Wednesday. Again, I've been live 3 days in a row. Okay, I promise y'all for June, I will be more consistent. I will post more so I can get back in YouTube's good old algorithm. Okay, so I'm trying to do what I promised to do while also being busy at work and stuff. Okay, but again, hey to the people. Okay, I hope y'all can hear me. It's bleeping on my end, so let's be sure. If you around here, if you hear, if you have fingers, say hi. Okay, if you in the room and you have fingers, okay, and you not hearing impaired, can you watch me? Can deaf people watch me? I guess they can, because they can do the caption. But if you have fingers, you have to say hello. That's the rule. You can't be around here and not. It's the only person The only people who are allowed to be in here and not say hi to me is people who can text me hi in real life, or people who birthed me, okay, or if you are my best friend. Okay, those are the only individuals who do not have to say hi in the chat because they've already spoke to me in real life. Okay, but I'm here. Okay, I got a whole thumbnail for y'all. Y'all don't know how hard it was for me to get this thumbnail, to get colors that match, because you know these people ain't even in this child. I said, what am I gonna do? Okay, trying to come up with a child. You know how hard it is to find pictures of people every day. Okay, to have the skin be a color, or try your best to get it done. Okay, and today we ended up with some greens, some blacks, and some grayish blues. Okay, but hi to the people. How y'all doing? Good evening. Okay, this is only going to be about a 2-hour tour, not a 3-hour tour, because I told myself, girl, chill out, go rest it up, and leave it be or whatever. Okay, got work to do tomorrow. Okay, look, and this, I really only came live to cuss out DDG. What Diddy and Brian McKnight and probably Offset. Anyway, how y'all doing? Okay, good and stuff, because that's the only way to be in 2020. We have to be good, because if not, we will go crazy. Okay, so yes, and look, make sure y'all listen to mine. Okay, hey to my moderators, members, JayBirds, no birds, new birds, strangers, lovers, friends, homies, and any other rendition of people I can think of. Okay, but y'all make sure to hit like and stuff and the comment and stuff, and we're gonna get into it. But again, hello to everyone. I'm happy y'all like my thumbnail. I'm happy y'all can hear me. Okay, that's always a great thing to be heard. Cause y'all know I be forgetting to push the sound child, and my throat box don't be working. Okay, it ain't nothing worse than your throat not working. And my throat don't work for no other reason besides the mic ain't working. Okay, other than that, my throat is good. Anyway, um, but hi to y'all. Hello to everybody. Hi again. Hi. But yeah, okay, and stuff. You know, follow, subscribe, share, all the good stuff that be happening around here and stuff. Yes, grab the headphones because I'm going to do some cussing and fussing and stuff. Did you watch sports today though? I just saw your text. But yeah, okay, double entendre. But yes, I wanted to get into the people because I felt like, you know, this whole Diddy situation, you know, Diddy being accused of stuff, okay, and us knowing that Diddy is guilty of stuff, and then the whole trial going. I have stopped reading the tweets because I be like, he's an abuser. He's a drug dealing, beat upper. Okay, be beating people up. He be drugging people and stuff. And so sometimes I'm like, I don't want to keep outing. Okay, so I just be sharing or saving the one little roundabout of all of what happened, and that's what we're gonna get into. Because I'm like, I don't want to read tweets. I am over reading the tweets every day. Okay, but we will still talk. Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. Have a sip for me of something, not water. Look, let's get into the peoples because again, it's already 9:19. I want to be done. I want to be done by 10:30. Okay, I want to be done by 10:30 because that give me time to rest, relax, relate, release. Okay, and I really want to cuss, DDG out and then let it be. I may have to cuss out Russell Simmons. Anyway, T-Pain came around here. Are y'all not T-Pain fans? Are y'all old enough to know how great T-Pain is? Okay. T-Pain, for a long time in the industry, you could not cut the radio on. You could not go to a club. You could not go anywhere without hearing T-Pain, either a T-Pain song or T-Pain guest starring, doing a whole little feature on someone else's song. And so he has been around here for 18,007. I'm sorry, he has been around for 20 years. Meaning he was around here when I was 23. Okay. I look, Ratchet, look, y'all don't know. Look, I'm a lady, but I love Ratchet music. Okay, it's a whole thing. It's just in my blood. It's in my bones. Okay, and T-Pain has some of the best songs. Okay, ever, and it's for a long time. It was T-Pain, and it was him and a bit of an auto tune, even though he can really sing. Okay, so T-Pain said, look, y'all, I've been around for 20 years. I have hits upon hits upon hits upon hits. And the thing about T-Pain is T-Pain has his own hits of his own songs, but then either him on the hook of a song, him on a verse of a song, he can do his own stuff plus other people's songs, and it's just gonna be good as time. Okay, so he said, bitch, I'm going on tour. Okay, the TP 20. John, just too close. What was R. Kelly's thing called? Was it 12 Place 2? Was it TP 2? Child, the T-Pain still R. of the Kelly's idea? Because what R. Kelly song, the album called what was it called? I haven't listened to R. Kelly in so long. I think with TP2. I do. But anyway, T-Pain doing TP20. But when I see TP, for some reason, I want to go TP2. Not you giving the website. It's, you know what, it's, damn it, R. Kelly. He has some great songs. And I can't even listen to him no more. I could not do it, okay? But yeah, T-Pain is going on tour called the TP20 tour, okay? Look, I think it's smart. I think it's amazing because he has the hits. He is a great entertainer. He can really sing in real life. Even when he did some of the songs, like a cappella, he did some of them in an acoustic version. He can really do these things. Okay, if I learned one thing in the last 20 years, is that music doesn't live on charts. It doesn't. It lives in the people. Okay? And this isn't a tour. It's a thank you to everyone that was there in 2005. Oh Lord Jesus. 2005 was a time to be alive. Okay, I told you I lived a life that was worth living. Okay, in 2005, I was in the clubs in 2005. You hear me? I was clubbing, partying, okay, good timing, okay, dancing. But again, this T-Pain said for people who was there in 2005, and thanks everyone, and to everyone who was just catching the wave. Anyone who's just catching on to the T-Pain of it all, I need you to check my signal going down. Oh my God, is it storming? It may be storming because my signal is going out, and that's weird. But again, celebrating 20 years, and I'm you know what? I might have to go to a team. I might have to at least get a ticket and stand outside so it's not as loud and I can hear it from outside, and it may not make my head hurt. But again, I can watch it on Twitter. I can just watch it on Twitter. So when T-Pain go on tour, I will watch it on Twitter and I can see what happened. But yeah. Okay, so y'all go celebrate T-Pain and all his music and stuff. We love from T-Pain, and he's a great person and whatnot. I'm not gonna do Diddy yet because Diddy is last. Diddy and that man's last. Eminem. Okay, Eminem is around here getting sued. I'm sorry, no, he's suing, not getting sued. He's suing. Eminem's what Eminem's music publisher is suing Meta, seeking $109 million for possible allegedly copyright infringement. Okay, 8 Mile Style has accused Meta, okay, of unauthorized storage, reproduction, exploitation of 243 songs. Does Eminem have that many songs? Does Eminem have 243 songs? I didn't know he had that much music. Dang, that's a lot of songs. Anyway, but using the songs across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Meta use features like original audio, reels. But wait a minute, ain't everybody doing that with their reels and stuff? But maybe they need no money. They want the money. Oh, they're saying they used it without any licensing. You have to get the license. Okay, that's the right to use people's stuff. Okay, they're seeking 150,000 per song. They want $150,000 per song. They want a jury trial. Okay, and it says even though Eminem is not involved personally, it's his people. Okay, it's them and whatever. Look, stop using people's music without the permission. It never works right. It never goes right. So yeah, give him his money. If you using, Eminem, he had that many songs. Eminem songs. I didn't know he had 243 songs. I don't think. Maybe got a mixtape. I don't know. Anyway, he wants some money. Give him the money. Dance mom star Abby Lee Miller. I don't think I like her. Wasn't she mean to kids and parents at some point? I think she was. I don't know. Anyway, dance mom star Abby Lee Miller is suing the hospital in LA because she won 1.4 mil, saying the surgery left a catheter in her body while she had a spinal procedure. How y'all be leaving stuff in the bodies? Ain't y'all supposed to account for stuff? I just feel like if you get like someone should be in charge of say, you know what, it's a catheter, pull it out. And it's not only girl, I would sue too. I want 2 mil. Okay. Per Team Z, she's suing the Sinai. Okay. And the two surgeons to perform her surgery back in 2020. They left a foreign object in her body. Okay, it says while the procedure was successful, Abby began to experience persistent abdominal pain and discomfort. She consulted several medical professionals, including surgeons and stuff. But they said, "Hey, it ain't nothing wrong with you, girl. It's okay. Leave it be." Okay. But then she had a CT. See y'all, when your body hurt, get you the MRI or the CT scan. Okay, don't let no one tell you the pain you feeling ain't real because they can. It is something wrong with me. Okay, at least get a CT or the MRI or the X-ray. Okay, to be sure it ain't something on the inside. But again, she had a CT scan, which revealed a retained catheter had been left in her body. Okay, so she's suing now for medical negligence, professional negligence, medical battery, and more, seeking at least $1.4 million in damages. I think if someone left something in my body that then made me sick, and I had to then wait to even find out what was wrong, which kind of made me worse, I would sue everyone. Okay, I would also want at least 2 mil. Okay, it's pain and suffering for me. So I think she has every right to sue. Okay, and stuff. But y'all, just start. Look, after surgery, like just give me a CT for free. Okay, after any surgery, give me a whole CT scan to be sure whatever body parts I came in with, I left with, I don't have shit extra in my body. Child, not all that bad. I remember, cause I never watched Dance Mom. I saw when she was arrested and went to prison and stuff. And then I saw her on that scooter riding around, but I kept hearing she was a mean bitch to them children, to them parents. So maybe it is because she was, maybe God said, I'm going to leave it in you to give you a lesson. Okay? Sometimes that happens. Okay? Now, more prison talk. British Williams, who was on Basketball Wives. Okay, she is in prison currently for she was sentenced to 4 years in prison, had to pay $565,000 in restitution. It was tax, bank, and wire fraud. Okay, and she's been in prison for only less than a year. Okay, she went in there in 2024 and whatever, so it's been about a year and whatnot. And she's like, Your Honor, let me out. Okay, I should not have to do 4 years. Then white people got out. Okay, I'm trying to be better. Okay, it's a hard sentence. Okay, you stop abusing me, girl. Sit down. I feel like this. I feel like we already know that when we do things, and I mean black people, the courts usually is not lenient on us. So I feel like, you can't break the laws because if you do, you're not guaranteed to, be able to get the good time, meaning I'll do a little month or two, get out. No, they want you to do more time. That's just what it is. So, girl, you broke all the laws. Kate did all the stuff. You might have to sit down for a minute. Okay. But I feel like keep saying I'm trying to better myself. You can do that in prison. That's what prison is supposed to be. They want you to better while sitting down behind the bars. Okay. Now they said, ma'am, no, you cannot get your citizenship. I think she asked like every couple months to get reduced. It's like, no, you're gonna be in there. Okay. Make the best. Look, go meet some other criminals. Find out what crimes not to do. Use the time. Write a book. Learn to braid hair. Okay, maybe learn to make some clothes. I don't know. But man, they're gonna leave you around here. Congrats to Issa Rae. Issa Rae, SZA, and also child Kiki Palmer. Now I watched that movie called One of Them Days. Now, first of all, One of Them Days, again, which was Issa Rae's movie. One of Them Days is a female version of Friday. Okay, it's an exact. If Ice Cube wanted to, he could sue Issa Rae because clearly this is a female version of Friday. It is Craig and Day Day. This and women. Okay, it's a carbon copy of the Friday franchise. Okay, I watched the movie was it on Peacock? I didn't go to the theater. I watched it at the house. Okay, it's getting a sequel. I mean, look, if Ice Cube and Day Day and them and Smokey and them and Pops, okay, and Devo can do 3 or 4 Friday movies, Issa Rae can do a 4 or 5 one of them days, okay? One of them days, the day after that day, I don't really care, okay? I did not really like the movie. I didn't hate it either. I think because I felt like it was such a carbon copy of Friday, it was kind of I just didn't like it, but I didn't dislike it. But I can also see why it's getting a sequel. It's fine. Will I ever rewatch this one? No. Will I watch the sequel? Yes. Do I hope they get a whole franchise and have more than 2 or 3? Yes, I do. I always want the black folk to be great. Okay, I just hope I want the sequel to be a little bit different so that it's not just next Friday. So that it's not just Friday after next. I mean, from the neighborhood, drug dealer who everybody's scared of, okay, to the regular, crackhead type character, okay, to the crazy home life, we ain't got no money or whatever. One person is, a bit dumb, the other one is not. So it was not a bad movie. It was not a bad movie, but I also like it's just Friday, okay. But again, it's getting a sequel. That's great. Maybe I should watch it high. Maybe I need to get a gummy and watch it while I'm under the ink. Maybe it'd be funnier for me if I'm high. But I was like, girl, I would have cussed. I may be too literal for it as well. I don't know. I may get me a gummy one day and watch it and let that be that. But yeah, congrats to Issa Rae, to Keke Palmer, to SZA for getting a sequel to the movie. Okay, and it's going to be out in theaters, so that's a great thing as well. And what that means is that the movie made some money. Okay, they don't usually do sequels for movies who don't make no money. So congrats to them for getting together. I was watching. I wasn't watching. I'm not gonna lie. I saw on social media. Okay, that new show is on. It's on Bravo. It's the kids of the housewives and whatnot. That is Kim Zolciak's daughter, Ariana. Now Ariana said my parents stole my money. She said I was getting checks from when I was about 5 years old from being on the Housewives of Atlanta. We then had our own shows. I was getting paid as a child on the show. I was getting brand deals when I was 14. Okay, and then all of a sudden, all my money was gone. She's like, my parents spent my money, my mama, my daddy, meaning Kim and Croy. There was no transparency. Girl, to come on the Bravo channel and then say your mama stole your money. And not only did she send that Kim Zolciak stole her money, when I spent the money. Maybe I won't say stole, but I do feel like when you have these teenage or kid actors or people, kids who are making money working, the parent is supposed to at least put up something for the kid to have once they're of age. Which like I got older, and once I thought I would have access to my money, they had spent all of it. Okay, then they spent all my money, spent all of their money. Okay, getting evicted from the house, and my mama called me now to borrow money. Now this is my thing. If my mom took care of me my whole life, I would still want to help her if for some reason she could no longer make money. I think the difference is Kim used them kids to make money. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a bit different. Like, I think she stole that girl money. They spent that girl money. And her saying there wasn't any transparency, which means I don't know how much I made. I didn't know that my money was being used to pay bills or whatever. I assumed it would be here, and then it just wasn't. And so she has now moved to New York, and this new Bravo show, it's called like it's called like New York. I don't know what it's called, but it's her. She on there. Riley, who was Candy Burris' daughter's on there. Teresa daughter's on there from Jersey, and then I think Meredith's son is on there. Dame Dash daughter was on there. So it's kids of people or whatever. But her, like, my mom, my parents stole my money. I think it was Kim and not Croy. But her boyfriend was like, and your mama still call you now to borrow money. So she stole your money. You're not having to work to make money. She not working. And she will call you and you sell her money. And you don't even, she got the 4 kids. I'm like, girl, Kim need to go work. So I do think it's unfortunate when instead of the parent making a way and making money to pay for their kids, they spent the one daughter's money. I would be pissed if I thought I had a whole nest egg once I turned 18 or whatever the age was, and it's gone. I'm chopped, pissed off. And I don't, if that was my parent who fucked me over, that would probably be the only time I would not want to help my parent because you fucked me over. Had you not spent my money before, we could have a cushion now, okay? And not bitch you broke. So I said, girl, Kim is a thief, okay? But again, I'm not gonna watch that show because I don't care that often. But I saw it on social media, so I wanted to just say, hey. Singer Jessie J, okay? Now I only know her from that one song with her, Nicki Minaj, and Ariana Grande. But I know she's a singer, okay? She has been diagnosed with breast cancer, okay? And she came and she said this.
I've been going back and forth a little bit on should I share it? I want to, but there's lots of opinions outside. And And knowing that the media are going to make this way bigger than it needs to be, but also knowing that I want to share it with my fans and the people that care about me. And also, I'm a sharer. I've always shared everything that I go through in my life. Before No Secrets came out, I was diagnosed with early breast cancer. I'm highlighting the word early. Cancer sucks in any form, but I'm holding on to the word early. I have been in and out of tests throughout this whole period. I just wanted to be open and share it. One, because selfishly, I do not talk about it enough. I'm not processing it because I'm working so hard. I also know how much sharing in the past has helped me with other people, giving me their love and support and also their own stories. I'm an open book. It breaks my heart that so many people are going through so much.
The fact that I'm sitting here listening, I'm obsessed with her lipstick. Okay? I don't know why.
Similar, that's the bit that kills me. Going back and forth a little bit on, let you guys know it wasn't something I'd planned. But yeah, I'm getting to keep my nipples. That's good. It's a weird topic and a weird situation. And I know that the press are going to say crazy stuff, but you know what? To get diagnosed with this, as I'm putting out a song called No Secrets, right before a song called Living My Best Life, which was all pre-planned before I found out about this. I mean, you can't make it up. It's a very dramatic way to get a boob job. I am going to disappear for a bit after Summertime Ball to have my surgery. And I will come back with massive tits and more music. Just want to...
That's the way to announce cancer. You know what I'm saying? Now, first of all, it's sad that she has cancer for one. So we want to wish her peace and health and happiness and wellness and a speedy recovery or whatever. But again, she wants to announce, look, I have cancer. I'm getting my titties done. Okay. I'm going to take a little break or whatever. Do some healing. Leave me be, bitch. So again, we're going to wish her well and stuff. Okay. Cancer sucks. My friend was diagnosed with cancer recently. And she's my age, two young kids or whatever. Cancer sucks. Okay, there's no other way to go about it. Cancer is a bitch. Okay. Sidora. Drew was on with Angela Yee on Way Up With Yee. And she was talking about how she found out that Ralph, who lives in the basement, okay, he's in the basement, he had a woman in the basement. Now, first of all, I feel like as a woman, I would never, and I can't play the audio because sometimes they be tripping and they'll flag you, whatever. But Drew was like, yeah, Dennis, not Dennis, not Dennis. She was saying that I can play now.
In the basement. I have the manifesto. We live in a gated community, so all I have to do is call the gate and I get the names. I've never talked about this publicly, but I went to my daughter's school lunch with the parents. And it was this girl, like, me mugging me. Her daughter was in my daughter's class. A parent. I was like, what's your name? And so she said her name. I was like, oh.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, you've been in my house. She was like, in the basement working out with Ralph.
Now, I feel like Ralph should not be allowed to have company in the basement. Okay, you should not be allowed to bring women. And who wants to? I would not want to go work out in the man's basement because that means his wife upstairs is some kind of. Why couldn't y'all go to the gym? But Drew, like, no, I found out because the security has a list of names of who will be in here with the codes or whatever. And then some Tesla, okay, a lady at my daughter's school was in my basement with my husband and Ralph. We know Ralph ain't shit though, but these men ain't nothing. That goes for Ralph, DDG, Offset, Diddy, McKnight. All of these men, we don't like them. I don't really like women. They may not, but I think Drew, girl, changed the codes. Set the basement on fire. Okay, I would drop like little fish guts in the vents. Okay, I would like put a little sawdust on the floor. I would just want to make it like I would be stomping real hard. Okay, but I feel like as a woman, I would not want to go to this man's house and have to be in the basement. knowing there's a whole tumultuous, because this not a secret that Drew and Ralph are going to divorce and he lives in the basement. I would not want to go over there. Okay, and sir, let's say Ralph is training people because he works out. Train them at the gym. You should not be bringing any woman over to the house and being in the basement with her. That's just stupid. That's nasty. Don't do that. But Ralph's a nasty person. Okay. And to me, I think he do stuff just to piss Drew off. And if I find out a woman from my daughter's school was in my basement without my permission, I would say, Judge, he should not be allowed to have guests in the basement. He should only have guests outside the house, period. Okay, but Ralph's the asshole. We don't like Ralph. NeNe did an interview, not an interview. She had her the new post that she posted. I haven't watched it yet, but she was talking about how she's in a good place with Bravo.
People think that I'm in a bad place with Bravo or NBC, and that is just not the case. I mean, there's been so much talk. We've actually cleared all of our disagreements up. We've actually sat at the same table and worked through these things.
You did a whole special.
Yeah, we worked through all of that stuff. I did.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I think people are not thinking I'm working for NBC. You know, when you see me hosting the Oscars or the Emmys on the red carpet, they own those carpets.
They do.
And if we were in some sort of beef, they would not have me on their carpets.
I don't think NeNe is in an active beef with NBC. I don't think she's in an active beef with anyone as far as her whole suing NBC Universal. I think NeNe burnt a bridge with NBC and Bravo. I think NBC and Bravo and NeNe had a conversation. I think NeNe got a couple of dollars. I think to appease her, girl, here, go on the after show on E! News at 11:30 p.m. after an award show and talk about fashion. But I feel like if she really wasn't still blackballed from NBC or Bravo, they would have her on something besides the E! News after show of a red carpet event. Because even when NeNe is on the red, because NeNe don't really be on the red carpet, she is always on, again, the after show discussing the fashions at 11:30 p.m. And I feel like if she really wanted to be like, you know what, we're good now, they would put her on like the forefront of something. You know what I'm saying? I think they're appeasing her. They're giving her the itty bitty bit of the basement for her to say, see y'all, I'm still on Bravo. It's like, no, you're on E! News on the after show. Okay, I want it to be a point where you're like, you know what, we good. I was on Watch What Happens Live. We good. I did a little walk on spots with the housewife. I think that's what I will believe they are like in a good place.
I just think that people don't really see it like that. They don't really get that NBC owns Bravo.
Yeah.
And but we're in an okay place. We are dating. If that's a thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's slow, but so far all is well.
Because I guess so, child. But she wants y'all to know she ain't banned no more. She can be on the after show of the show, and then that's about it. I mean, it's a good thing. Baby steps. But again, you sued them. I don't even think it was a win or a loss in a certain way, because NeNe still is fighting to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one is saying, hey, NeNe, I want you around here. She's had she had the BT College Hill. She had the one little guest spot on the Netflix show with Kim Fields and Mike Epps and whatnot. But she hasn't done much outside of that. I think because people, and by people I mean NBC and Bravo, they don't still trust NeNe won't burn them down again. So I think they're to a point of like, you know what, cool, go talk about clothes on the after show, and then that's about it. So I said, girl, I guess so. But again, at least she said we are not in any kind of active beef. Okay, we are in a better place than we were when I said that Andy was a cokehead and Bravo was racist. And that's kind of crazy to me. Apollo, okay, Apollo just won't go away. Okay, we consistently see him discussing things, interviews, chit chat. Now, when I kept seeing this clip, I was like, "What y'all mean?" I said, "A son? What y'all mean?" Child, Apollo has an adult son.
Ellie, you know, we're talking, and he's like, "Yo, do you have some?"
He's talking about when he was in prison and found out about this adult son while he was in prison, because he been out about. How long? I think he's been out for like maybe 8 years now. So it's been a while.
Kids out there you might not know about. And I was like, man, it's funny that you mentioned that, because sometimes I have this instinct, something just hits me, like it could just be a normal day and I get smacked over the head like by a feeling like you might. And my brother sometimes, he's like, yo, do you think there's another you out there somewhere? I was like, nah, just, you know, Aiden and Dylan. I was like, nah. Wednesday comes, boom, I go to visit. I'm sitting in visit, and she's like, do you know a such and such? I'm like, yo.
Not again.
Chill out.
Like, come on.
This was last week. Like, I don't know what you're talking about this time. She's like, no, think about it. Do you know such and such? I said, well, I know this person that has that name. I said, I know.
So she's asking you girls' names?
Yeah, I do. I know this particular girl. I just broke down in tears, bro. Right in the visitation.
Not crying in prison. You can't be crying in prison. Ain't no crying in prison. Well, they cry in prison for different reasons, but I mean, whatever.
She's like, yo, I have some news for you. I was like, I already know. She's like, you have a son? I said, man, I knew it, man. I knew it. I was like, but.
Okay, this is crazy.
It was wild. She's like, and from what I see, like, she was like, yo, the mannerisms, like he looks like you know. She was like, I was like, well, how did you find this out? And she was like,
that's what I'm about to ask. Like, so like, how do you just get this information? Somebody come knock on her door, like?
No, she used to. So my management, they used to monitor my my Instagram and stuff.
Oh, while you're weighing stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was a DM from someone that was like, hey. I just want to know if, you know, you might be my dad, my long lost father out there.
Hold on.
I'm reaching out.
So the kid reached out?
Yeah, the kid.
What in the world?
Yeah, he reached out. He was like, yo, you might. He's like, man,
Can kids reach out to prisoners? Is that illegal?
I was looking in the mirror and
I see you on the TV.
Yeah, he was like, man, it was weird because I'm like,
what? So they did ask for a DNA test.
No, I need to get one. I need to figure this out.
Okay.
Like, this is real. So I'm trying to like figure out how I can get.
How you get a DNA test from in prison though?
So I had to get my mom. I was like, they could do it through the grandparent.
That's true, because if you're in prison, I don't think you can give blood or you can give DNA in prison. Well, you could when you're you can go visit in prison and take a piece of hair and in a baggie and then do that maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, so the grandparent, my mom went and met the individual. That was confirmed. We spoke on the phone, and I was just like, hey, you know, you want to come up here, come see me, And he was like, yeah, you know, how you do it? I said, you got to get on the visitation list. So, you know, the kid was pretty smart. So he, you know, went on the Bureau's site, mailed in all the proper documents, and then next thing you know, I think he came with Shireen, winds up picking him up from the airport or whatnot. And the guy comes to the visit, man. And when I seen him, I was just in awe, man. For real. I broke down crying again. I gave him a hug. I was just like.
So you've seen it, like as soon as you seen it?
Yeah, man. I did. I was like, whoa, this is something else.
Right.
This was, dude. Yeah, it was definitely a shift. I was like.
Going on, it's a lot of moving pieces. When's the last time you spoke to this person?
Well, I mean, you really want to know?
Yeah, no, like for real,
I'm speaking to him right now.
What do you mean?
I'm speaking. You're the guy.
Oh, what you mean?
You're the guy.
Yeah. Well, nobody gonna tell me I'm interviewing my father today?
man.
Now, first of all, Apollo's son is as corny as he is. I feel like them doing the whole let's have, because it was over an hour interview about all kind of stuff, and this part came towards the end of the part one of this interview, and it was cute to have them play it as if who's the son? Oh, I'm the son. So it was cute, but it was also corny. Okay, so that is Apollo Nida's grown son. I don't know the man's name. I was listening to the interview earlier. I didn't get through all of it just yet because I was like, "What's going on?" But let me see if they have a name. Hold on. The YouTube page is called Any Second Podcast. But like, there's no information for like the guy. You know, it's only one video out and stuff. You can't. There's nothing else to figure out. We don't know we don't know what his name is, or anything. But it was cute for them to kind of have this full conversation, because it was an hour and 13-minute interview, and the last 3 or 4 minutes was him telling a story about how he found out in prison he had an adult son. And again, Apollo got out about 8-9 years ago, so the fact that they've been building this bond for at least, let's say, the past 10 years is real cute. When I seen people confused, like, oh, well, how would he say? I don't know. I'm like, they were being funny. You know what I'm saying? That was the way of them revealing that's his son. They look alike. Okay, look like twins.
Y'all wasn't gonna say nothing? What you mean? Yep, it's just like that.
Yeah.
That's how it's done. You're speaking to him right now.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Love you.
Love you too.
Thanks for reaching out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It had to be done.
Definitely.
It's been a hell
Now
of a process, right?
This is only part one. We don't know about Trey Crib. Let me go his name. Trey Crib. Is he a person? Not is he a person? But I feel like Google. Let me Google. I do wonder, like, has he met the brothers, the young kids or whatever? Like, who is he? Where did he come from? Okay. Let me see. He ain't got no social media. Anywhere I go, it's cute. At least he now know who his daddy is. He looked just like his daddy. Okay. They also kind of talk alike. It's kind of weird or whatever. I don't know when part 2 will air. And it's kind of smart. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to, not expose, if you're going to let the world know, hey, I have a whole adult son out here that I did not know about. Now, we don't know how old Trey is. Okay, we don't know who his mama is. That may come in part 2. I'm not sure. But it was a cute, long conversation. It was a cute way to expose, hey, yeah, he is my son. He reached out. Now, the one part I did hear was the kid, again, was sending him DMs. And because his team was checking his DMs while he was in prison, that's how they ended up connecting. I do wonder, what the mama was doing. Why did he not know he had a whole adult son? Were they living in the same state? I wonder what's going on. Apollo gonna get a show some kind of way between him, this adult son, him and his issues in his marriage or whatever. Apollo need to be on someone's television, okay, and not YouTube. Okay, but again, congrats to him on his son, and congrats to the son on finding the daddy. But they look just alike. It's crazy. Okay, but that was cute. Basketball heifers around here, talking cash money stuff. Now, it's 2 things I want to do. Now, Jen and her alleged scheming, scamming husband. Okay, Chris, is it Christian? I think it's Christian. They are now talking about Sean. I watched one episode of the season. I reviewed one episode of the season. I said I can't do it. I don't have it in me to review the show, but I see the clips on social media. I know Shawnee was on a recent episode. I know that Jen and Christian had a whole like Vegas cheesy wedding, and this is how they felt.
Oh, Shawnee comes or whatever. And let me just talk about that for a minute, because I find it real strange that you sit up in church and you praise the Lord all week, every Sunday, and then
Jen got with Christian and grew balls. Okay, I feel like all this time, all these years, all these seasons, was Jen a pushover because she wasn't getting no good dick? Christian must really be giving her good dick because she is big, bold, and bad. And don't nothing make a bitch be more big, bold, and bad than good dick, okay? Because I felt like she was quiet. She really went out to stand up for herself. And she got with this man, this scheming, scamming man, okay, who he looked like he would ruin your credit. Okay, and most people with good dick will either ruin your credit or your life in some kind of way. Okay. So yeah, he looked like he's trouble. He out here thotting and bopping is what he doing.
and it's like they start talking about me, which I have done nothing to her, and you turning up your nose. Like, as a first lady, aren't you supposed to support marriage? So
I mean, not a bad marriage. Not a bad marriage. Yes, first ladies and pastors, they do want to support, unions and love and happiness. But if someone feel like, you know what, I don't support this marriage, they should not be fake and lie and act like they do.
I just find it very contradicting. And
I think she meant contradictory.
But those are my thoughts.
You want to hear my thoughts?
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't want her to be at the Paris wedding. But like I said, I had to respect my wife's guest list. Well, she didn't show up anyway, but I saw the scene where she just like, are you going? And she's like, no. Like, she kind of with a twisty face. I mean, I don't want you to be there anyway. If you would have showed up. See, I didn't know that Jennifer said that she was invited when she went to go see the girls at the house in Vegas. But if she would have showed up, I would have been like, who are you? I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my energy. And I feel like Evelyn's your puppet. And Evelyn, you also suck up to Shawnee, which is the reason why you still have a job.
Jennifer does too. What aggravates me is the fact that Jen is now talking shit about Evelyn and now about Shawnee, but you weren't saying any of that shit when you were in the circle. I'm saying, like, I feel like Shawnee has protected Jen and Evelyn for years. I feel like to say that Evelyn sucks up to Shawnee, but so did Jen. It's like girl, pot, and kettle.
So, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, unedited, unfiltered. That's exactly what it is. Because it was a lot of times where Evelyn is like, well, Shawnee wouldn't want to be there anyway because she's not going to bless that marriage. Like, it was just a lot of like teacher's pet and sucking up. So, I mean, that's really my thoughts.
But my thing is, like,
if they don't support the marriage, they don't support them. I wouldn't care. I don't care about anyone who doesn't support my relationship. If you don't, be over there.
Like, and shout out to our first lady, who is also our marriage counselor
and our pastor.
Yeah, and our pastor. And they just, I'm very happy that I have that example for myself, because I know, well, it's so much I have to discuss. But anyway, yeah, I just feel like I get it, like, that's your girl, but you should also call her on bullshit too. And I feel like we never see her do that. Evelyn's in the wrong a lot, and Shawnee does not check her.
You don't either. Evelyn has been a problem child since season 1. No one's checked her. When she had bad decisions and bad antics, you didn't check her either. You was right there beside her in the bullshit. Even when she was mean to you, you would suck up to her to suck at her teeth.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's all, and let me tell you something. The network, y'all need to stop with the bullshit. shit, because once again, you put up the back and forth with Evelyn and Armani and Auntie, and you continue to blur out that Evelyn called Auntie a cunt. Like, what are you protecting her for?
Yeah, y'all.
They may not be able to play the word "see you next Tuesday" on the show. They can probably say "bitch, hoe, slut, trick," or whatever. I don't know if they can play someone saying "see you next Tuesday" repeatedly. So I don't know.
She called her a cunt.
Y'all are the problem. Y'all are the problem because y'all protect this woman, and we know the real. We have the screenshots. We have the paper trail of
what really happened.
Her coming from my aunt. My aunt wouldn't want to come for this woman just off GP. Like, she's coming for this woman because she got invited, accepted an invitation, and then now Evelyn want to fold up in fetal position like, oh, I'm scared. Why won't y'all defend me? She attacked me. Like, nobody want to hear all that. Like,
Evelyn has played that same game for years with everyone. Your auntie ain't no exception. Okay, your wife, Chris Boy. Okay, your wife has also helped Evelyn and be Evelyn's scapegoat. She kept kissing Evelyn's ass. I feel like you can't be a part of the problem. And then once you are on the outs with that person, you want to call, oh my God, it's not fair. It's never been fair. You love when it wasn't fair for other people. You love when she was this way with OG and with Royce and with everyone else except Tammy. Okay, y'all helped her be this person. So miss me with the bullshit.
Like, we're gonna call you out on your BS because that's nuts.
Yeah,
that's
when the
crazy.
bully gets bullied, it's not so fun, huh?
Jen, girl, you played on her side. You were the bully's best friend. You helped the bully. You helped them get OG off the show. You can't. You trying to come for and I am not defending Evelyn or Shawnee. I'm pointing out Jen is a fucking hypocrite. You are hypocrites because you play these same games with Evelyn against other people. You had no issue with Evelyn doing any of this stuff to other people, but not that it's happening to you and to your husband's people. Now you have it. When girl, dick can't be that good because you look stupid right now. If I could pull footage from the show for years that showed you right with Evelyn and Shawnee taunting and bullying other people, I would, but I can't. I'll get flagged.
But you could talk shit about everybody else. But the minute somebody says something about you, oh, why didn't you defend me? I would never let anybody talk about you. Girl, bye. And I don't even want to talk about her because she's like, in her words, a non-factor.
Yeah, I mean, she treading on thin ice because, like, I'm gonna keep it real. There's only so many buttons you can push for me when you talk about my wife.
Christian, sit down and shut up. Stop getting so involved in you trying to beef and fuss with Evelyn. Let Jen and Evelyn beef. You the man. Sit on the sideline until whoever Evelyn's fucking come and address you or Jen. Shut up. Let your wife handle her own business. Jen allowing Christian to have so much shit to say about Evelyn, to me, is dangerous because, again, he can't fuss and fight with her. You should. You should. And I'm not saying that Christian doesn't have the right to speak up from something. Sir, what you going to do to Evelyn? If Evelyn keeps talking about Jen, what you going to do, sir?
That's all I gotta say. There's only so many buttons you can push. See, the thing is, I don't gotta get violent. I don't have to get violent.
What you gonna do, sir?
But there's only so many buttons you can push. You got my family, then you got me.
Oh,
so yeah, girl, get them off my show. Not my show, off the show. Because it's bull stuff. It doesn't make no sense. But Gene, you sound dumb. Y'all take a good 30 little seconds, okay, and like the video, and we will get into the thumbnail people in a second. Why? Because it's a thing to do. Okay, like the video. And we're back. Okay. The foolishness of it all. Russell Simmons. Now, Russell Simmons was accused of a whole bunch of things. Okay. And as soon as the accusations against him came about, he left. Okay. Russell packed a duffel bag, folded his legs, and went over the body. He has not been back since. Okay. Well, HBO Max had a documentary that was going to come out called On the Record. He's now suing HBO Max for $20 million. Okay. Over the alleged SA allegations from multiple women. Okay, multiple women. Again, he filed a $20 million lawsuit. He says the streaming platform, he's accusing them of defamation. Defamation, emotional distress, invasion privacy. Okay, it was a 2020 documentary with detailed many allegations of SA by different women. Okay, in the court documents, Russell claims HBO either disregarded or suppressed 20 or over 20 witnesses who allegedly refuted the claims against him. He also says 9 favorable CIA grade, highly grade. I'm sorry. He also says 9 of favorable CIA grade polygraph results were ignored by the filmmakers. And girl, look. He also said civil rights leaders and members of Congress urged HBO to review evidence supporting his denials, and he specifically mentions Oprah, saying she was originally an EP but later back out of the project. Okay, I feel like this. You can't sue someone for doing a documentary on allegations of SA. I don't think anyone said that you were guilty, but the accusations, the allegations were public knowledge. So what you know what I'm saying? I feel I get he claims his innocence, but why did you not come around here and face the noise? You left. And I feel like him saying it was 9 favorable. You know, sometimes people can pass a polygraph test if they believe what they did wasn't wrong. If you had sex with somebody and if you felt you were right in having sex with them, but they feel you did wrong, you will pass because you don't see nothing wrong with what you did. You know what I'm saying? So to make it seem as if they found you guilty isn't true. They did a documentary about the allegations. You know what I'm saying? To say it was emotional distress, the accusations were public. This was not a private informational meeting that no one knew what happened and then HBO Max exposed it. No, it was a public situation that you left America for. So go sit down somewhere. Okay. And again, the whole 9 favorable CIA grade polygraph could just be, and I'm not saying for a fact, I'm just saying if a person had sexual relations with somebody and if they felt like I didn't rape them, and if someone asked you, did you rape Jane Doe? No, I didn't. Because you don't think you did nothing wrong. It doesn't mean the person who had it done to them don't feel like that's what it was. Okay? So go sit down. So we'll probably already sit over in Bali. Okay, and to me, he's suing because he needs the money. Okay, so get out of our face. Okay, a quick Cardi B thing. Okay, quick. So Cardi B, Offset. We know that Offset deactivated his IG and Twitter. Okay, after making a post saying he gonna spaz out over his son. Also, the picture of Stefan Diggs and Wave, Offset's son, the braids that we saw, Wave had those braids a while ago. Stefan recently, is it Stefan or Stefan? I think it's Stefan. Stefan, is it Stefan Diggs? I don't know. Stefan had just got his hair braided. And I think he goes to the same person who braids Wave's hair. So I don't think this was any kind of on purpose trolling. I think the fans pulled up an old picture of Wave and then put a side by side of Stefan Diggs' new braids and made it seem as if, yeah, let me have so I'm like, it's something. Stefan. Okay, Stefan. Okay. I got it. Okay. Because I'm like, I don't know how it's pronounced. But I keep hearing it, but I guess but again, social media put that together. Okay, so that was that. Anyway, Cardi was on the social media because folks kept on saying, why she dating himself? And she said, shut up. Listen.
The person that I am with now, because sometimes I don't know, like I just feel like God would tell me to give him a chance, which is so weird. But
Girl, look, sometimes if God, when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. Okay, and then you telling us that God told you to give this man, this good old chocolate man, okay, with the cornrows, who real flexible. Okay, he's real bendable. If God told you, give that man a chance, girl, give him a chance, even if for a little time.
like y'all be like, oh God, girl, you being dramatic. But it's so weird. There was times that I used to be like depressed and I was like sad and like my mind just kept going in circles and circles and circles. And for some reason, when I had those weird episodes, that's when a motherfucker would like hit me up or text me out of the mood, checking on me and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the person that I am with. And before I popped out, before I even give any clue who I was talking to or anything, I built a friendship.
See, before I popped out with that man, okay, I got to know him. We had a little friendship. We didn't start this bang banging. Okay, it wasn't it. It wasn't that. Also her admitting I was sad. Because remember, and I think people forget Cardi and Offset were already on the outs when she got pregnant. And then even once she announced her pregnancy, she told y'all, but I'm getting divorced, bitch. Okay, I'm not with Offset. Ain't with him anymore. Okay, the last time we were together was when I got pregnant. Okay, so she probably had time to process the separation while she was pregnant, and she then had the baby. Okay, had the baby. And then Stefan was like, girl, hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? What's going on? Okay. And she said, boy, got my DMs. Okay. But we built a friendship. We got to know each other.
I built a friendship. I got to know the person. They get to know me. We still getting to know each other, but most importantly, I feel very young. I feel very refreshed. For a very long time, I felt like I was a 45-year-old just that didn't know nothing.
Child, I'm only 43. Not a 45-year-old girl. But and how old is Cardi B? Oh, Cardi only 32. Cardi is 32. Let me do the math. Okay. She's 32. She was married for 70. She got married at 25. If you think about it, she was married at 25. She's now 32. She just turned 30 with no. Our birthday is October. She's 32 with 3 children. How old is her kids? Let me see. How old is the kids? Cardi B kids. Let's see. Culture is 6. Wave is 3. And Blossom is about 8 months. So again, being 32, 3 kids, okay, 3 young kids, okay, rich and famous, okay. I think her thing is, you know what I'm saying? Right, I'm not 40, right, not 45. I think, girl, I felt attacked. But I think her saying I felt old because I've been married for 7 years. I had this whole crazy relationship. I done pushed out 3 children. Okay, I felt old, and he probably now she feel young.
And I think that people just don't understand because I don't really I be putting my business out there, but I don't think that people understand like just things that I like literally like went through. Because everybody's be like, oh, you left somebody because they were cheating on you and blah, blah, blah. It's just more than the cheating. It's just like I don't know, just like the constant lies, the gaslighting. And before I popped out, before I even give any clue who I was talking to,
because we ain't know
or anything, I built a friendship. I built a friendship. I got to know the person. They get to know me. We still getting to know each other, but most importantly, I feel very young. I feel very refreshed. For a very long time, I felt like I was a 45-year-old just that didn't know nothing.
I feel so attacked. But I like her point in saying, I felt old. I went through a lot. It was a lot of cheating going on, manipulation, gaslighting. And when you are going through that with kids, you're going through that and maybe postpartum, you're going through that in pregnancy, whatever. I think her point is it was a whole bunch of shit. And I think it now may make more sense why she ain't put out a new album. He been stressing her out. Okay. And sometimes what you need is some fresh meat. Okay. Some fresh meat to just make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel pleasurable. Because it's nothing worse than feeling like you have no way out. You know what I'm saying? And I think had she kept secretly dating Stefan or whatever, it would have been more stressful because then it's people talking shit or whatever, blogs. She like, look, I'm dating somebody. We not married. Okay, but we're dating. We're having fun. We're getting to know each other. And I think it did not make any sense for her to have to privately date him because that's like a little secret. Okay, it's a little secret. I want a little secret. But even her admitting I was going through hell. Okay? Cheating, gaslighting, manipulating. I told y'all he kept getting her pregnant. every time there was like rumors of them breaking up or whatever, she popped up pregnant. Remember, y'all, when he proposed to her after cheating on her and embarrassing her. So every time he did something bad, he did something good. I'm gonna propose to you. You're now, you're now pregnant with Culture. You're then pregnant with Wave. And then when she chose to leave him. Oh, now I'm pregnant with Blossom. I think the great thing was she said, "This time I'm not staying. I'm still leave." So when folk look at her as if, but she just had a baby, she was done with him while pregnant. Okay, I was already done. Okay, and again, I was feeling real sad, feeling real down, feeling like an old bitch. I'm an old 45. Again, she's only 32. So being 32, married, going through a divorce, going through different court cases, lawsuits, then my dude is a liar, and then all the backlash I'm getting as well. Okay, I need a break. And he would check on me and just check in with me. And sometimes that's the child. Look, when you having a long day at work or it's a hard day in life, and your friend be like, "Hey, how you doing? How your day going?" You know what I'm saying? This little pick me up. It's a great thing. Okay, so her, like, he was helping me. And I'm telling y'all, fresh meat is great meat. Okay. Anyway, so congrats to Cardi B and her fresh meat. And again, she is not. We not married, but we dating. We having some good sex. Okay, and stuff. People know I'm dating him. They know he dating me. So that way as well, he is going to have to be held. He gonna have to hold him accountable. Because if we're privately dating and you on some bullshit, I can't be upset. But if people know we together and you do some dumb shit, you did some dumb shit on your own. And I'm done. Okay? So congrats to them. Let's get into I don't want to do Diddy, then the people. Let me see. Oh no, let me do Brian McKnight. So we talked, I think was it yesterday? Brian McKnight's son, Nico Knight, passed away. Okay. We know that Nico's uncle announced the death on the social medias. Okay. We kept on saying, "Oh, Brian ain't shit. Brian ain't good." Brian then came, child, and made him a whole montage, speaking PDF thing. So listen up.
Thanks to Claude McKnight's tasteless and self-aggrandizing announcement on TikTok that frankly was not his to make. In my opinion, he inserted himself and used Nico's death as an opportunity instead of letting him pass with respect and dignity.
What opportunity did an uncle announcing the death of his nephew? How is that? What? I feel like Brian was clear. I want a Snickers and a pickle. I'm not pregnant at all. There's two things popping in my head. Anyway, but again, Brian had already made it clear that it was fuck my adult kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he was clear in his message that I only have young children who are not anything. So he already made it clear. He already made it clear that he. I lost my thought. He made it clear that he was not concerned himself with being a father to his adult children. So I feel like you cannot be upset that the uncle of your son, who you basically disowned, announced he died. I don't get it. I feel like Brian McKnight, when people had asked him, like who your kids is, like on his page, okay, on his page, father of Julia Jack, Kikoa, Mateo and Brian, bloppy, 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 bloop, whatever. So you don't even have your son name on your page as you being their father. Okay, on your own page, you husband of the bitch right here, okay, father of these children, and you don't have the other kids. You don't have your adult kids listed. Okay, your adult kids ain't nowhere on your page, bitch. Okay, all your stuff is this new lady who you married to and her kids. Okay, you don't have your adult children on your whole page is dedicated to that lady. Okay, that lady and her kids, and then y'all new kids together. So miss me with the bullshit of, the uncle did not have the right to announce the death of, trying to put the wrong thing off, did not have the right to, I gotta reattach it, did not have the right to announce the death of your son. You didn't even care about said son. So if anyone is using your son's death as an opportunity, it's you.
It has instead turned into a circus, a mockery of a life now lost, making this tragedy into a reality show type drama. While that was unfolding, my family and I flew home to Maui and had a private memorial remembering him.
And by his family, we know that means that new wife and them new kids.
All the good times. The last time he and I spoke, we offered him all the help we could provide. We had the #1 oncologist on deck for him and a team of specialists on standby with private care in our home. He and his mother declined.
Because of you, and it's even sad that he's trying to blame his son and the son's mom for things. Him saying, well, I offered him to come live in my house, okay, to come get help from me, but he and his mom said no because the relationship was already broken. So don't make it seem as if, well, he said no to me, so oh well.
The door of communication was open and remained open until his death. To the self-proclaimed mama bear.
So now he's talking to Nico's mom, calling her a self-proclaimed mama bear. If your son loved his mama until he died and that was his mama, you have no right to even address her.
May God have mercy on your soul for not allowing him to accept that help and not allowing him to use that line of communication.
He just cursed that lady. When you say to someone, God have mercy on your soul, that's like saying, I hope you go to hell. Who does that? And then going to Hawaii with a bottle of Hennessy and a fake lay to dash up more. Did he like Hennessy?
Big thanks to Claude McKnight's taste. There is great comfort in knowing God knows the truth and the totality of the whole story. I am truly thankful for the immense peace God has given me, and I've left everything in his hands. I have a clear conscience.
Meaning, fuck them kids. Okay? Meaning, I don't care. Okay? Meaning, my son is dead. I can't fix it, so I don't care. God, when people say stuff like, I gave it to God. When the issue is them not holding themselves accountable for the relationships in their life, that means I don't care no more. God will judge me.
The only judgment that matters is God's. My wife, our children, and I are eternally thankful to Almighty God that the suffering has come to an end and grateful for all of your condolences. Thanks to those of you who have known the truth from the beginning and haven't let untruths, half-truths, or slander prejudice your opinion.
When you When your son died and your only post about his death is speaking negatively about the end of your son's life, that show you are a despicable human being. You did not have to say any of this extra shit. It could have been a simple thank y'all for your condolences for the loss of my son. Yes, we had a strained relationship in the end, but I am happy that he is no longer in pain. And that's it. But when you take the time to try to say, well, he was sick and didn't want my help. His mama, when his mama, as a fake mama bear. His uncle, shouldn't have said shit to nobody. I feel like you're trying to be a victim of your own bullshit. And that's insane to the whole me and my family went to Hawaii, okay, and had our own girl putting that bottle of liquor on the ground and writing his name in the sand and getting a plastic lay. Was he from Hawaii? Did he want to be remembered in Hawaii? No. You took a fucking family trip to the islands and poured some liquor out for your dead son because you know damn well you was wrong. You were wrong, and once he was gone, you still chose to drag this further. The fact that once he died, you still didn't put in your goddamn bio, father of Nico, may my child rest in fucking peace. So if you are only father to Julia, Jack, Kikoa, and Brian fake ass McKnight Jr., well then you don't have my condolences because you're not the daddy. You not the daddy. Your son didn't die because you ain't the daddy. We don't owe you any condolences because you don't even have that. You don't have that man name on your page as his daddy. So Brian McKnight, fuck you, fuck you. Okay. Oh little bitch. Anyway, we're gonna do Diddy, and then I can cuss, because we gotta do Diddy, yeah, and then DDG. And I'm gonna say DDG for last. So Puff, okay, one we know, was it yesterday or was it either yesterday or earlier today? There was an outburst in the courtroom. Okay, now Diddy's trial is a circus. Okay, Diddy's trial is officially a circus because once people come around acting crazy, what's going on? So this is the lady who was put out of the courtroom because she was yelling, Diddy, Diddy. They laughing at you and so she stayed outside the courtroom, and this is what she said.
Diddy, everyone thinks this is a joke. Everyone laughs in every courtroom in here at you, and I don't think it's funny.
Ain't nobody laughing at Diddy. Like, do she know no one's laughing at him?
For people to laugh at a black man going through what he's going through right now.
And that's what you shouted out in the actual courtroom.
In the actual
child. Who is the artiste doing the sketches? Child.
Courtroom, and it's not funny. Laughing at black man legacy being destroyed.
And how did Diddy react?
Well, I heard he had his mouth open and shaking his head, yeah. Black American men do not believe in this kind of destroying of our black American legacy figures, father figures, extraordinary excellency, black excellence. Everyone has been laughing. I don't care if it sounded funny, it's not funny. Diddy?
I feel like the lady is crazy. Okay, I feel like the lady is a bit insane. Okay, now Queen Sheba Darling, okay, is also at the Diddy. Queen Sheba around there. Armand Wiggins is around there. I think Tissa Tell's maybe there too. Listen, crazy. But Queen Sheba Darling was there as well, and she also caught up. Oh, girl, the lady crazy.
All right, y'all. We're gonna talk to the lady that was removed from the courtroom today. She sat right behind me. We were in line this morning. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm awesome now that I ate something.
You ate something?
I have plenty to drink, cold tea, cold iced tea.
Good.
Child, was you having an episode because you was hungry? Was your sugar low? Maybe the sugar was low.
Now, why do you think they removed you? Because you were right behind me today.
Oh, this is coffee, not tea.
Yeah.
Well, what I said, and they're destroying a black man's legacy. They're laughing at him. They're laughing at Sean Diddy Combs.
What made you, how did you find the courage to stand up in the middle of the courtroom and share your opinion?
Because I'm anti.
Child, when Queen Sheba Darling asks questions and people don't realize she's kind of calling you a fool a little bit, it's hilarious to me. That is the art of conversations, interviews, where you can ask someone a question and they have no idea. You're really saying you are crazy. Okay.
Anti-bully. I'm anti-bully first for Black Americans.
And tell them how to find you. If people want to hear more what you have to say, how can they find you?
On X.com.
And then
all you need to find me as is I am Candy Kane with underscore in between each name,
okay.
Word.
Okay.
I underscore M underscore Candy underscore Kane.
Got it. And Candy, are you coming back tomorrow? Am I going to see you tomorrow in the morning?
Yes.
What did the judge say? Did he say you can come back?
The judge sent a special message that he requested that I not be in his courtroom.
Okay.
However, I can be in the overcrowd room.
All right. Well, we will see you tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, Queen.
Child, look. You can find me on X.com, okay, at I am somebody. It's an underscore between each word, okay. I am, girl, look, insaneness at times is an indication that when we say who is supporting this shit, it's the lady sitting outside the courthouse, okay, with hiking boots on, okay, a cigarette, and her Uber Eats order because her sugar was low. Okay, now look, I remember when my bio dad passed away and I was at the hospital, child, and my sugar got low and I was gonna pass out. So I am very much so aware that when your sugar get low and you have to have a little bit of in your, I get it. But what in Blue Blazes, okay, it's the cigarette, it's the hiking boots, okay, it's the scarf around the neck, okay, and stuff. But delusional shit is happening every day. Okay. Candy Cane said, bitch, find me on X. I call it Twitter. Okay. But again, those are the people who are supporting his foolishness. Okay. So we hope that lady can get all her stuff in herself. Again, today I did not go and read all the tweets. I can't. I can. But so part of the people, okay, Cassie friend Brianna Boglin claimed she did he throw a knife at her. And she did not to the police. At this point, we all know Diddy scared people. Okay, so when they say, "Oh, well, she didn't tell nobody," no one told nobody. Okay, the AUS say, "How would you describe Cassie's relationship with Diddy?" Okay, volatile. I didn't want to meet him right away. I had seen a black eye. She begged me to meet him. Did you design work for Combs? A little bit. Okay. Where did he live? In Beverly Hills. Okay. I don't know where the man lives. What did you do with Cassie? Drugs. We go shopping. We hang out with Deontay and others. Okay. They show a photograph of her shopping with Cassie back in 2016. And Puff texted Cassie, asked, "Where you at?" Okay, where you at? Okay. How had you or Cass told Diddy where you were? He said no. How to make you feel? Like, oh my God, he knows where we've been. Where would you sleep at Cassie's? The couch or the balcony? Oh, outside, chicken? Who wants us to be outside? Okay. Anyway, again, he said a couch or on the balcony. Did Diddy come over? Yes, he banged on the door and came in. Do you know how? I don't know how. He was upset. He threw a knife in her direction and she threw it back. He left swiftly. Were you doing drugs? I don't remember. At this point in time, it's safe to assume everyone was high. Okay. She did not call the police because I was scared. Did you see images on Cassie? She showed me on FaceTime before makeup for the perfect match. What did she say? She was quiet. So again, Diddy and Cassie was playing throw the knives at each other. Okay, she also testified about, remember in Cassie's lawsuit, she brought up how Diddy dangled her friend over a balcony. Okay, this is said friend. So she said, Mr. Combs came up behind me on the balcony. He lifted me up and put me on the railing. Now, first of all, I feel like to even play and pick someone up and lift them over the balcony is insane. It's insane. Okay. So again, he lifted me up and put me on the railing of the balcony. They asked her how much did she weigh. I said I can't say because I was on drugs, but about 115 pounds. What did he scream at you? He yelled, "You know the fuck you did." I said that I don't know what the fuck I did. Okay. How long did he hold you there? However long it takes to say that multiple times. You know the fuck you did. So again, maybe 10, 20 seconds or whatever. But anyone, I don't even like going out on balconies and getting close to the railing because it makes my heart flutter. So I feel like her saying he picked me up and leaned me over the railing, okay, even for 10 to 15 to 20 seconds is what traumatized me because the whole time I'm scared, bitch, I'm finna die. You dangling me on the balcony. You high, I'm high. Okay. And you said, I don't know what the fuck I did. Okay. What happened next? He threw me on the balcony furniture. Were you injured? I didn't know at first. What did Kathy say? All along the line of, did you just hang her over the balcony? Then I heard her girlfriend is in the house. So the girl's girlfriend was in there too, in the other room. Okay. She then said, Diddy left and I left. I wanted to take a shower. I felt disgusted. I saw a huge bruise on my leg with like a piercing in the middle and the back and neck pain. Child, lawsuit. Okay. It's this photo. They showed a photo of the leg, of the bruise. Okay. She said, I called one of my managers and they said, if you were scared of anything else, just go to the chiropractor. She said she did not tell them who did it. She said, nope, I just paid the bill and left. Now, I feel like it was another post from her. That's the girl leaving. Okay, now that's her leaving. She dressed cute. She dressed like she knew they gonna watch me come and go. Okay, nice little pants, little blazer jacket. Okay, a little blowout. Okay, the Caucasians of it all. Okay, anyway, the Caucasians of it all. So again, people who are having to come and say, child, Diddy is crazy. Okay, he coming to the house, lifting people on balconies, okay, being crazy and being insane. Now, it said, let me see. She said a day or two after the incident, Diddy and one of his security guards FaceTimed her. She said she told them a couple of times, I don't want no problems with you. I don't want no problem with you. Okay. And Diddy said, oh, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Because he always tries for sorry after the fact. She said she never called the police about the incident because she was scared. Again, people are asking, why didn't she call the police? Everyone was scared. Period. She testified that she saw a chiropractor for her injuries, but did not disclose who caused them. The government asked her if she was aware that Cassie brought up the balcony incident in her complaint in their lawsuit. Yes, I told her she was the facts were wrong. It wasn't a hotel. When asked if she spoke to Kathy about her testimony in court, no, we did not talk about her testimony in court at all. Now she said she did hire a lawyer. Child, she hired Tyrone Blackburn. Tyrone Blackburn is a horrible lawyer. Okay, hired him in January 2024, but she said she also fired him soon after because Tyrone was making money demands to Diddy about the balcony accident. Okay, she said she later fired him for placing inaccurate information in paperwork and requesting money. Okay. She brought up how a producer named Rob Holiday reached out to her via FaceTime about settling the lawsuit, okay, with the situation. She says Rob used to be one of her best friends. About a month or two after the conversation, her current representation helped her file a $10 million. Girl, Diddy paying everybody $10 million. Okay, they wanted a 10 million. Girl, look, I want 10 mil too. Okay, I want 10 mil too. The defense was asking her, did y'all do a lot of drugs? Yes, they all were high, and she admitted, yes, me and Cassie did. We had a whole drug problem, but I think the point of all of this is showing Diddy had this violent behavior towards people. He would abuse people, then use his staff to coordinate hiding said abuse. That's illegal. You are not supposed to use your company to hide and cover up personal things. Okay, not today, not ever. So, I feel like the prosecution is proving their case. I feel like we have probably 2 more weeks, maybe 3 more weeks of things or whatever. We shall see. I think they're doing good. They're showing he was a monster. They're showing he was using his employees, his money, his influence. He was intimidating. He was forcing people to do shit. Whatever. All of it to me seems plausible. Okay, but we shall see. Lastly, DD motherfucking G. Okay, first y'all take 30 seconds. Okay, and like the video. So, DDG is actively trying to ruin Halle's image. Okay? He's actively trying. He's doing exactly what people accused him of doing 2 years ago. He is, and not today, bruh. Okay, look, I can admit when they first got together, I was like, we ain't did nothing. I don't know the kid or whatever. I was someone saying, I haven't seen him do something, so I don't know what was wrong. But that was when he wasn't doing anything publicly. Slowly but surely, he has been showing us exactly who he is. And I hate him. Okay? I hate him. And we ride at dawn. Okay? I feel like it is so unfortunate that but this is also a testament to people don't start off being a monster. They don't start off with showing you who they truly are. People woo you and they get you to like them. They get you to love them. They get you to care for them. And then they slowly, tick, tick, boom, show you who they are. And I think Halle's mistake, the only mistake she made, is she trusted the person he showed her. And then by the time he showed her his true nature, she was pregnant. I think by the time it was time for her to leave him alone, she was too far in it. And as a 43-year-old woman, okay, who is perfectly aware, how old is Halle Bailey? She's currently 25. So she got with him about maybe 3 years ago because the baby's 1. And they were together about a year before that. So around 22, 23 is when she's in this new relationship where she's in love and she thinks he's great and he's love bombing her and she's caught up in the rapture of love. I fully know what that feels like. Okay, a lot of women know exactly what it feels like. And I can speak as a person who went through something. Well, no, except I didn't have a kid to fight about. And I feel like it's unfortunate that she didn't see the signs, but a lot of us don't. I think the good thing is she now see the signs, and she luckily was able to get out of the relationship because clearly this was a toxic, abusive relationship, period. You know what I'm saying? And the issue I have is him trying to use her postpartum depression, use her vulnerability as a way to make her be a bad mom. Okay, so we know that she had filed for the restraining order against him. She also had sole custody of the child to the court date. I think the court date is one day, either this week or next week. He has now filed because he said, no, I need an emergency hearing, okay? Because Halle is not mentally healthy enough to take care of my child. And this is the issue I have with what he's doing. If you really felt like she was not mentally healthy enough to be there for the kid, why are you just now saying something? If you felt like she was a danger to your child, why are you just now saying something? If you felt like while she was pregnant, she was suicidal, You felt like after having a baby, she was suicidal. Why are you just now saying something? I feel like she came forward after having a baby and told people, I am suffering from postpartum. A lot of moms suffer from postpartum. So that's not even a legitimate concern as if it was a secret. You know what I'm saying? But even, let's go to this stuff, okay? He showed, oh, she cut my hand. And he's saying this is from the night that her tooth got chipped. Where's the other? Hold on. There were these texts he put in the stuff. Okay. Now, I want to make something clear. It is currently 2025. These messages are from March 21st of 2024. They are from March 10th of 2022. And then they are from May 12th of 2024. Okay. So these texts that I'm going to read in 1 second are from roughly three separate days. Again, from, let's see, we have March 21st, 2024, May 12th of 2024, March 10th of 2022, and again, 321, let me see, make sure. Yeah, and 321 of 24. So roughly 3 out of 3 days. 3 days in a 3-year time span with a whole bunch of typos. It also feels like he took out some of his messages. Okay. You see Halle is in gray. Asshole is in blue. This is proof. You leave me hanging as a... These are from March 21st, 2024. 11:09 p.m. This is proof. You leave me hanging as a mother. You won't step... And I'm fixing the typos. You won't step up when I need you to. I'm begging you. I just found out you're sleeping with Layla in Mexico. I'm going to kill myself tonight. My son would not be around for it. I hate you forever. You can have him and let her be his mom. Again, that's stuff she sent about roughly 3 months after having the baby. Again, a lot of moms go through postpartum. A lot of that is a lot of it is depression, sadness, extreme emotional back and forths. Okay. However, what I see is her crying out for help. Her saying, you leave me hanging as a mom. You don't step up when I need you. You're around and fucking somebody else, cheating on me 3 months after I had a baby. She was going through complete insane emotions. The fact that she said, I'm going to kill myself tonight. And his response was, I can't believe you acting like this. So you want me to believe that back in 2024, when she threatened to harm herself, you didn't go to the courts then? You didn't go to the courts then and say, hey, she isn't stable enough to be the mom. You waited for over a year after she made these threats to then say, oh, now she's not fit. Again, he did not put forth any proof that in 2025 that she's a danger to herself. All of it is from a year ago. He showed nothing current as far as text messages, okay? So again, that was 3/21 of 2024, around 11 o'clock at night. This is from March of 2022, okay? Before she was pregnant and all that shit. Okay. She's in gray, he's in blue. Answer the fucking phone. Answer the fucking phone. I'm going to try one more time. If you don't answer, it's over forever. I'm not playing, girl. That's it. He said, I just want to be left alone, please. Again, this is 3/10/2022, around 6:48 p.m. Okay. He sent back, I just want to be left alone, please. Again, this is proof that they were having issues before the baby was back in 2022. Again, the baby was born in December 2023. So over a year before, it's already a crazy relationship. Okay. So him said, I just want to be left alone. She said back, I'm calling for help. I have a knife. Now, in his paperwork, he said, at one point she had a knife. To me, her saying, I have a knife, she didn't threaten him with a knife. Now, if she had any mental whatever, again, if she was mentally unstable, why? And again, this is from March of 2022. So this is from 3 years ago. Okay, this is from 3 years ago. None of these texts are current. None. And again, it's 3 days of text. My thing is, if she was so crazy, suicidal, dangerous, where show consistency. Don't send me or don't show proof of her sending stuff from 11:09 p.m. to 11:10 p.m. So for 1 minute, she was spazzing out. Okay. From 3/10/2022, from 6:48 p.m. to 6:49 p.m. Spazzing out. Okay. Again, now this from 2022, and her mentioning the knife. Okay. This goes to 5/12 of 2024. So this is still a year ago. She's in gray, he's in blue. I just thought we'd do what I wanted to do today since it's Mother's Day. But if you really want to go, you can. I'll just go home and pack. Hello? She started texting him at around 5:33 to 5:35. He don't respond back until 10 p.m. So over 4 hours later, he texts her back saying, if you don't come back here, I'm going to call the police. I don't want you to do something stupid. I'm going to give it 5 minutes. You have a son. I know you took my gun. The gun has no safety. Nowhere in her message does it say she has a gun. No, when he said, at one point she had a knife. At one point she had my gun. Nowhere, and she said, I thought, again, in May of 2024, at that point the baby was roughly 5 or 6 months, 5 months. Then Mother's Day. So her saying, I thought we'd do what I wanted because it's Mother's Day. I'll go home and pack. Whatever. So he did not respond per this thing right here for almost 5 hours. For him to come back and then say, you got a son. Now you want her to answer you, but you didn't answer her hours ago. Okay, and again, him said, I know you took my gun. That ain't proof. That ain't proof. So even the narrative that people are trying to spin that, she had a gun, she had a knife, it's not even true. It's text messages from 3 years ago and from a year ago. And he says, I know you took my gun. We don't know that. Okay. Now this goes back to March 21st of 2024. This is from 12:29 p.m. to 12:32 p.m. So again, these are texts of a couple of minutes. Okay. A couple of minutes. You've ruined me and all my happiness. You hang up when I'm begging for help. You're the only help I used to have. And you're so focused on being famous and having money. When you don't even see what's in front of you. How could you? How could you go to Mexico and be with someone else? How could you openly talk shit about me to all your family and all the women you want to sleep with? You want to ruin me, and you succeeded. And this is him showing an alleged stab that she had. Now, nowhere in his text does he show anything of saying she stabbed me or nothing. I don't know. But I am not going to sit here and allow him to use her postpartum from 2024. Again, okay, this is my point. If his point is she's a danger to the child, wouldn't you have said that back in 2023, in 2024? If you are showing text from 2024, why didn't you act then? Why are you not showing us current text of her being that way now? Where is proof that she currently is having any psychotic breaks? She's having any suicidal thoughts, and never in her text and never in her stuff is she saying anything about harming the child. Even when she said she wanted to die. Okay, hold on. Where is it? She also said my son would not be around for it. So you can't say, well, yeah, it showed that she has, she has some breaks in her thought process. Cool. However, that was in 2022 and 2023. It is 2025. She came out after having that baby and told people publicly, I had a very hard time I had really bad postpartum. She told people she had bad postpartum. And we have to acknowledge that a part of postpartum depression with women, they do have emotional thoughts of harming themselves, at times harming the child. It's a lot goes into postpartum. Period. So no one should make it seem as if right after she had that baby and she was all over the place emotionally, why didn't he step in then and get custody? If she's threatening shit 3 months after having the baby, why didn't you intervene then? Look, I wasn't gonna say that, but I agree. Because I'm like, why are her texts with all these misspellings? And his aren't. Why is her stuff a whole bunch of shit? He has one response. So who knows? My point is, he's trying to use when she was going through postpartum in 2023, where she told, and a lot of women go through postpartum and they have to go into therapy and get help for it to be better. And you can't use that in 2025 as if she's currently a harm to the child. And his issue is she's going to shoot a movie overseas for I think 2 months. He's saying that she isn't mentally, strong enough to have the baby. He then said, let's read over. Okay, he said that the mama was saying shit too. The mama ain't shit either. The mama was like, we found some air tags. Where is it? Where's the mama one? No, it ain't that one. Oh, right here. The mama, who ain't shit either, if you ask me. Because I feel like they're trying to twist shit. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this: if at any point in time they felt she was a danger to that baby, why did no one say then, hey, give him here? Why would no one say give him here? Why were there already texts between his mama and Haley about him not getting the kid? If I think my child mama is insane and she's not mentally well, why would I not get my kid? Why would I allow her to just have him while I'm everywhere else? So his mama, put a declaration in the court thing. Tanya Granberry, she's the mama. Her fiance is the man driver. We witnessed air tags in his car. I'm in my son's life, okay, and we found multiple air tags that were secretly placed in his vehicles. Ma'am, get out of them kids' relationship. Your son was cheating on her, and she was trying to catch him cheating. Period. 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 She said the first AirTag was discovered in June of 2023. Again, so 2 years ago, they found the AirTag 2 years ago in his Maybach. Daryl called me that night saying she had shown up uninvited to a movie theater in Beverly Hills where he was with a woman. So again, we are a couple, you're cheating on me, I'm popping up. Whatever. Look, I've done some crazy. Anyway. Petitioner called me directly that night, angrily thinking that she knew he was at the movies she knew they was at the movies and made threats to fuck him up. Okay, and that is crazy dating shit. You cheating on me, I caught you cheating on me, I'ma fuck you up. Okay, but that's proof that it was already a toxic relationship. Because before the baby was, matter of fact, no. In June of 2023, she was pregnant. The baby was born in December of 2024. So if it was air tag, what that means is I am pregnant with your baby. We are supposed to be in a relationship. You cheating on me, and I am a crazy, I'm an upset girlfriend. Yes, that's right. The baby was born in December of 2023. So she said the first air tag was found in June of 2023. So meaning she was pregnant at the time that she put an air tag in his car. So while I'm pregnant, while I am a Disney princess, remember she was pregnant during the Little Mermaid press tour. I am a Disney princess. I am pregnant, and my baby daddy boyfriend's out here hanging out with other women. I am pissed. So I'm not saying she's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm saying trying to say that your son's pregnant girlfriend put an air tag in his car to catch him cheating. So and say I'm gonna fuck him up. To me, that is regular girlfriend boyfriend drama that shows it was already a toxic relationship. Because why is he going on dates with a pregnant girlfriend, and why did she feel the need to track him? Because he's fucking her over from the beginning. So the mama admitting in here that he's out with other women while she's pregnant is crazy. Anyway, she said, my fiance and I drove to the theater out of concern for their safety. We arrived, we saw Halle outside the theater, visibly upset and attempting to confront him and physically fight the woman he was with. I personally intervened to help de-escalate the situation. Regular boyfriend, girlfriend foolishness. So miss me with the bullshit. That is regular stuff. That's not. You know, I mean, child, look. If you've never pulled up to cuss a bitch out, good for you. Good for you. Okay. It's the next day. My fiance and Daryl and I thoroughly searched the car and found an Apple AirTag hidden beneath the back seat. We clarified for us all how the so they found he was tracking them. I don't care. A few days later, he received a similar AirTag alert while driving Daryl's car. Although we easily could not find the device. So again, she put AirTags in his cars. Okay. So they found AirTag in the car. I don't care. I don't care. She brought up how in January 2025, George and I moved into Daryl's house. While helping clean and organize the house, we found a box of unused AirTags in the room. Ma'am, see what I mean? Why do women get to be excused for pulling up on the dude, cussing them out? Who excused it? Saying that is typical girlfriend, boyfriend bullshit is a fact. Hence me also saying it was a toxic relationship. So, period. However, her putting AirTags in the car is regular. I'm pissed he cheating on me. I'm checking his phone. I'm reading his texts. I'm following him. That is typical toxic relationship stuff. Period. That does not make her an unfit mom in 2025. Period. Okay. But so the mama said that. Okay. Now I love that folks are supporting her. Okay, because he's trying to ruin her career. He's actively trying to ruin her career because they're not together anymore. They're broken up. They ain't together. Okay. However, he is consistently using his social media contacts, his fan base to try to bully and troll her. Yes, thank you. He was doing the same shit to her. That's my point. They were both, it was a toxic relationship. However, that does not make her an unfit mom. And anybody who don't understand, he's using her postpartum against her to try to ruin her career, her image, and take the one thing he know hurt her the most, which is her son. Period. I look. Fuck DDG. You hear me? As a person, as an entity.
Shut your mouth. Okay?
Period. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. Okay? He gets on all my nerves. Okay? He needs to go away. Nigga. He's the fucking villain. You hear me? He's the villain. Period. He's the villain. He's the fucking villain. When you take text from 2-3 years ago to go to court and say, currently, your son mama is not mentally healthy enough to be a mother to your child, and you want full custody of the kid, you the fucking villain. Thank you, Keisha, for super chat. What he did to her was 25. Yeah, thank you. If he had text from currently today, if he had anything from 2025 showing her being unwell, showing her threatening to unalive herself or harm or whatever, and he said, okay, I see she's currently doing these things today, and I don't think it's safe for her to have my son. Had he had anything from right now, I would say he's well within his right to want to protect the son. However, you're showing me shit from 2022 and 2023, and you ain't never said, you know what, give me my son. You're showing us shit from 2 or 3 years ago. You're saying, oh, she put air tags in his car. So the fuck what? You're cheating on me. I'm pregnant. I'm hormonal. I'm pissed. So I'm coming to find you. The same way he drove his ass to her house while her and Halo had RSV and popped up to her house. The same way I saw a clip of him years ago. It was a girl at a restaurant recording. It was a girl recording at a restaurant. He popped up on her, said, I saw the background location and knew who you was, and I popped up. They said the girl Rose said he was bad. I don't know Rose. I don't know what happened, but they said that she also complained about him too. He has a history. We now see it's now a pattern. Rose and now Halle as well. And what's worse is she has a baby. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say, oh, well, you know, but you know, why was she air tag? So what? She air tagged a nigga car. Why was he cheating on her while she was pregnant? He broke in her house, took pictures of her empty bed, told her bet. Currently, she gave current proof of his bullshit. She showed text between her and his mom showing a good co-parenting relationship between her and the mama. So the mama ain't shit. You want to know why the mama ain't shit? Because the mama was up here having a pleasant conversation via text with her about Halo recently. But now you want to say, oh, but back in 2023, she had air tags. If he had any current proof of her being a bad mom, of her being anything that could harm Halo, and he went to court for that reason alone, she went to court when he put his hands on her recently. She went to court. She got photographs of what happened. She complained. She let folk know. She started doing shit like, you know what? I can't keep going through this. She's like, hey, judge, look at this current shit he's sending me. She had all recent texts from him. He's showing shit from 2 and 3 years ago, and y'all up here cable for that motherfucker. Fuck DDG. Period. Period. Many people have these toxic relationships when you are in your early 20s? Did you think it's all, we're not going to do? Nope. Blocked. No. Mm-mm. No. No. Mm-mm. 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 Not today. Not today. Not today. Not today. No, we're not. We're not caping. We're not caping. We not caping at all. Yes, the comment section is a safe space for folk to give their opinion. However, we not gonna ignore what he doing. We not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We not doing that. Okay. Nope. He's trying to ruin her image. Not today, bro. Not on my watch. Not around here. People want to wait until we just talked yesterday about that lady who was with that man for 20 years and they had 9 kids and he shot her dead 12 times. He shot her 12 times. We not gonna wait for her to be shot how Meg was, to be murdered how other women are murdered. She already fell for the okie doke. She already fell for the bullshit. What we not gonna do is try to blame her for trying to get away from him. And when he started doing shit against her and she said, not today, bitch, we not gonna make her the villain. We not gonna say, but she followed him back in 2023. So what? I beat many bitches' asses in my 20s over my exes. You hear me? A lot of us did dumb shit for men when we were younger. Okay? Because we thought it was love. We got deep child, good dick, good old love bombing, and we're caught up in the rapture of love. That girl is 25 years old. So 3 years ago, she was 22. You know how dumb I was at 22? And that don't mean that all women are dumb or all people are dumb. However, we make the worst mistakes when we are young and in love. And when you wrap up in that shit and then you get pregnant and your emotions are really all over the place. And then you love him. You want to be with him. You don't want to be embarrassed because all a while people were telling her, hey, don't be with him. And she didn't listen. And now she realized, damn, I should have listened. Damn, I should have listened. And she ain't listened. So what we not going to do is try to dogpile on top of a currently 25-year-old woman who told us back in 2024 that she had really bad postpartum depression. And she's with someone like DDG. We've seen a little itty bitty bit of what he put her through. When he was texting her saying, Oh, I see what you're doing. He was in her house without her permission, taking pictures of her bedroom. Even on one part, he used against her. He said, "Oh, she wanted to get an abortion without telling me when she got pregnant." You want to know why? Because she knew you were bad. If I can find it, she knew you were an asshole. I want to see where the part is we said that. He said, throughout their relationship, he claims she exhibited questionable mental behavior on multiple occasions. Once he claimed while she was pregnant, she took one of his guns out of the house without permission, and he found her just standing outside holding it because she probably wanted to kill you. There are absolute times where a man will piss you off. I'm just gonna kill him, Jesus, and go to jail. Okay, but she didn't do it. Okay. Then he claimed Halle tried to have an abortion without his knowledge, but she ultimately decided against it. You wanna know why? Because she felt like, I can't be with him forever. I am pregnant. I should not have this baby. He said then a few months after Halle was born, she was seemingly suicidal, texting him since, about, again. So after the son was born, she told you I want to die and you didn't help her. Again, she told everyone, I was suffering from postpartum really, really bad. I have bad anxiety. I'm having separation anxiety from my baby. So even him bringing up, she wanted an abortion. You want to know why? Because of you. However, since he's been born, nothing. I've never seen her be sad with him. I've never seen him not joyous around his mom. But I have seen him with your ass looking bored. So, he didn't say this shit. His mama didn't say this shit or whatever. We have not heard from her or her family. Wonder why? Because they probably want to go scorch earth. And the kicker is, that's why I refuse to let anyone come around here trying to say, let's play devil's advocate. No, bitch, I'm not. Y'all know, usually I will do on the others. I'll try to be fair. I can't be, and I don't feel like I'm being unfair. I don't feel like I'm being biased. I feel like I'm being logical. That woman considered an abortion because of you and how you treat her and how sad she was having a baby with you. That lady put air tags in your car because you were cheating on her while she was pregnant. That lady felt suicidal because she said to you, I'm begging you for help and you're not helping me as a mom. So anyone trying to say, oh, but why is she, no one, I don't have to call her out. If air tag was a thing when I was younger, I would have air tagged my dude's car too. Where you going? The same way iPhones have find my friends, and I can track you. So the issue is, this fool went to court trying to say she's not mentally healthy enough to take my child and be a mother to my child. She can't take my kid with her to work. But you want the kid to go with you. We just seen you involved in a fucking fight at DreamCon. He want that baby to do full-time streaming shit. That's it. That's what he wants. And he wants to embarrass her. He wants to hurt her. He wants to break her. And he know now I don't think a judge is going to give him custody at all. I don't think any of his proof was current. I think his mama bringing up air tags and her following him while she was pregnant, he was cheating on her. I don't think any of that will have any bearing on anything currently. Okay. Period. He's trying to ruin her image. That's what he's doing. He wants to hurt her. Yeah, he said before, I want all my kids. So you want her to be the mom of all your kids. Would you think she's a bad mom? DDG and his family are upset because they can't make money. Thank you. Every time you see him, every time he has that kid, he's on camera. Every time. Every time. Again, I'm the last time saying it. If he had any proof that in 2025 that she was around here with, all kind of crazy thoughts and stuff or whatever, crazy current texts to him, stalking him in any kind of way, had he had any current proof that her mental state currently is about to break and Heddle ain't safe, he's now saying, you know what, Judge, because I don't think she is, well, I need my kid. I would fully be for it. Because I do think parents should try to protect their kids. And I'm aware that there can be bad moms too. However, she's not a bad mom. She isn't. She just had some emotional issues due to postpartum. Okay. 2 years ago, after having a baby. And he's now using old text to try to shame her. And to me, that's also shaming other moms, other women who went through postpartum. Yeah, she was scheduled to leave Saturday. It is Wednesday. You want me to believe that you thought she was a danger to the kid, and you thought, oh, you know what? Let me ask for, let me get him today. And she told her before, she said he never wants to sit down and have a conversation about a schedule. He liked to do shit on his terms. So yeah, I'm planning to leave for filming Saturday. You want to try to stop me on Wednesday. So to me, he's proving her point. That when I tried to have a schedule with him, he don't want to do that. He wanted to do shit on his own time. He wants to jump up and say, no, I want him now. And I'm like, no, I work. I'm not at home streaming. I have to go on location to film. And the good thing, this is the good thing. Okay, I heard somewhere the motion was denied. I don't know that. I hope so. I was listening to a social worker on TikTok. She said Halle's lawyers responded back. They are not playing with punk at DDG. I feel like the great thing is she seems to be about her business. You know what I'm saying? She seems to have a good team in place. I think that's why we have not heard more crazy shit, because I think she has her T's crossed, her I's dotted. I feel like when she filed the first motion, I think she knew he may retaliate. You know, I feel like she probably has the good lawyers on speed dial. You know what I'm saying? Because DDG's only witness been his mama about AirTag in 2023. Bitch, Miss Girl, the fuck? So I also love the fact that a lot of real supportive people are supporting her. Okay, I love that even the other actresses in Hollywood, other people are giving her, like, we're showing her love and support. People who are trying to say, well, but maybe DDG. No, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. And the only reason why we're not doing that is because all of the texts, all of the proof that he showed is old shit from when he was cheating on her and right after she had that baby. So all the stuff she's been saying that she said in her motion of what he's trying to do, he is what he's doing. Is what he's doing. And I think she's smart to not have a public social media filled reaction. I think it's smart for her and her family not to say nothing, because as long as I stay to myself, if I handle things in court, I'm handling my business. I'm not back and forth with you on social media. I'm not playing these trolling ass games. Now, I think at home, she's cussing him out to high heavens. I think at the house, her family, especially Chloe, wants to wring this motherfucker's neck. However, publicly, I'm not going to say nothing. You know why? Because I have businesses to lose. And more people are supporting her for standing up to him. So I don't see, because when this first came out, all the posts I saw were people like, man, what? It was supportive of her. It was people recognizing that she's talking about posts. They recognized what was going on. You know what I'm saying? No one felt like, oh wow, she crazy. Yeah. No one said, yeah, Judge. No one said, yeah, just give him back. No one did that. So, he may be doing things hoping she will respond publicly how she might have responded privately in the past. He may be trying to push her buttons just to expose her as, oh, she's not the Disney princess. Well, we love her anyway. Fuck him. Okay? He's an evil troll from the lands of Neverland. We don't like him. We are a team. No DDG over here. Okay? And yes, the comment section typically is always free for anyone to say anything they want. But today, I just wasn't for it. I couldn't do it today. You know what I'm saying? Between the Diddy case, Russell Simmons and his bullshit, Smokey Robinson and his bullshit, DDG and his bullshit. I can't listen to R. Kelly no more. Okay, I want a pickle or whatever. It's too much. Okay, it's too much. It's too Offset his. It's Offset his bullshit. Drew and Ralph. It's too much bullshit of men putting women through the ringer and people expecting us as women to play devil's advocate all the time. And I said, no, not today. Not round here. Yeah, Amon, his punk ass, it's too big, it's too much. Brian McKnight is too much of us having to make excuses for men and then say, well, Cassie took the money. Cassie kept going back. Well, Cardi B married Offset. Well, Tiana, didn't was acting like you're not. But no. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of having to, say what a woman did. That she. I'm tired I'm tired of having to say, well, I wish she would have left sooner. Well, I wish she would have listened. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired. I'm a grown ass 43-year-old woman who has lived life. I've lived through abuse. I've lived through rape. I've lived through the bullshit. I've lived and learned. Okay, I have advised people from my own mistakes. You hear me? So when folk try to say, "Oh my God, well she so what if she irritated the nigga car?" I don't care. I don't care. She's 25 years old. Okay, she did some dumb ass. She fell for the wrong dude, and now she's having to suffer the consequences of said asshole dude. And there's a difference between critiquing, what she did and the mistake she's made, and ignoring her any bad behavior she's done. You know what I'm saying? No one's saying, well, yes, that's no issue. Yeah, go ahead and beat him up. We're not saying that. What we're saying was, I get why she did it. He loved buying that girl. We had no idea any of this shit was happening. You wanna know why? Because he put a front on for her and for us. That's what's insane. With Krishan and Blueface, Blueface showed us who he was, and Krishan chose to fuck with him. He showed us how bad he was, and she chose to stay. That was across the belt. Okay, Offset would do wrong to Cardi and then say, I'm sorry. And Cardi kept, okay, I'm gonna try it. And eventually you learn your lessons. She fell for the wrong guy and got pregnant. And he is now using he got more popular being with her, the same way that Offset got more popular being with Cardi. So had he not went on to the court thing and pulled up 3-year-old texts and said she's mentally unstable to be a mom, the same way I got pissed at Offset talking about Cardi as a mom, and we see her all the time with her kids. It's the same thing. These men trying to down the women raising the children they fucked over. Cardi saying Offset ain't paying the fucking bills for my kids. Us seeing texts from Halle from 2023 and 24 saying, I'm begging you for help as a mom. You ain't helping me. The text between his mom and her, where she said, hey, I'm back in town on this day. Does DDG want to get the baby? And no, he gonna wait till later. So when y'all come now, and when people come in the comment section trying to argue or trying to fight their opinion of, well, but she, I'm like, no, fuck all that. Sometimes read the facts for what it is and see what he's trying to do. He's using stuff. It's Tory Lanez and Megan. It's Tory Lanez and Megan. It's Offset. It's all this. We tired, child. We tired, okay? It's us versus everybody. Because when dudes do dumb shit to us, they want us to forgive. And when we tired of forgiving and we want to get some revenge, now we the culprit. I mean, if you wasn't cheating on me when I was pregnant, I wouldn't have followed your ass to the movie theater with a bitch. So sometimes, just support the woman that we see. Support her because we see what he's trying to do. Okay. Anyway, y'all, let me get my soapbox. Y'all, I've been live 3 whole days in a row. Ain't y'all proud of me? I am so proud of me. I told y'all I'm trying to. Now, even though I said it was not going to be 3 hours, it's for 2 hours and 45 minutes. I be trying my best to not have you here all night. But I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be something. So tomorrow, 9 p.m. Come on back around here, okay? And look, if anybody in the comment section felt offended, if y'all felt like I was fussing at you, I wasn't. Okay, I know there were people who had a different opinion in mind. I'm never talking directly to y'all. I'm just responding to an overall. I'm responding to people who have that opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I do not want to offend anyone here. The comment section is, a free space for everyone. But sometimes what I say go. Okay, and sometimes don't come around here talking about, oh, why y'all hate black men? It will get you blocked. Read the room. Y'all know, y'all can tell when I'm done being nice. Y'all can tell when I'm on one and I'm on that soapbox, so don't play. You know what I'm saying? Like leaving me sometimes like, okay, you know she mad, let me leave it alone. Okay, and that's where I was. I was like, we're not gonna do that. Okay. Yeah, and he had a whole yes. He had twerk on his stuff. Last one. I agree. I do believe this was a learning lesson. I do believe that she will be better because she's going to have so many people advising her how much she's helping them. And by her helping other people, she's helping herself. Because now she will have the tools and she will know what not to do. And she will also help raise her son to not be like a daddy. Okay. So I had a great time with y'all. Okay. What Rachel do? Child, what do you do now? I'm sure I'm gonna see it. I will be live tomorrow, 9 p.m. around here. Okay. I'm trying to get back into going live every day. Okay. Whether it's about celebrity stuff or random stuff, well, not every day, Monday to Friday, and then we some other weekends. Okay, but y'all like the video. Okay, share the video. Okay, a good time was always happening, and if I offended anyone, I'm sorry, but also I don't care. But I love y'all. Okay, I'm never trying to offend anybody. I'm never doing that. But you can't fuss with me about taking up for black women. Come on, thank you, Lisa. Come on, I need the Snickers and that pickle. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna get a Snickers tomorrow, and I'm gonna eat a baby pickle tonight. Okay, so thank you for the chat. I appreciate it. Okay, I will talk to y'all tomorrow at 9 p.m. and stuff. I'm gonna probably clip some stuff, have a separate video. So if you are watching this back, you may see some replays. I'm gonna make some shorter clips or whatever. Anyway, I gotta go. Love y'all. Bye.